Adventure Week is coming to Pokemon Go, but it's not the same as usual and there is a little bit of a problem with it. In this video, I will be getting into what this problem is, as well as everything else you need to know for the event and the best tips for it. So the event takes place from July 29th at 10 AM until the 3rd of August at 8 PM local time. But what exactly does this event have to offer? Well, for the bonuses, you will get 2x catch XP, and incense activated during the event will last for 2 hours. There will be field research rewarding Stardust, rare candy, and event encounters. There will be a free timed research rewarding 1 incense, 4 rare candy, encounters with event themed Pokemon, and more. And there'll be a $2 timed research rewarding 3 lucky eggs, 4 rare candy, and encounters with event themed Pokemon including Beldum, Sandygast, and Fido. You can also pick this up from the web store for the same price and you'll get 3 bonus max potions with it. And one of the headline features for this event is that Toad School will be making its Pokemon Go debut, and you can evolve it into Toad's Cruel with 50 candies. But here is where the event runs into a little bit of a problem. You see, the wild encounters don't work in the same way as they do for the majority of events. Instead of being a group of wild encounters that spawn everywhere globally, for this event the wild encounters will be tied to biomes like the seasonal spawns are. So that means if there are any specific featured Pokemon you're after, like Toad's Cruel for example, then it could be difficult to get if you don't live near that biome. So in cities you will be able to encounter Snubbull, Trubbish, Elgium, Sizzlipede, and rarely Esper. In forests and grasslands you can encounter Squovette, Fido, Smoliv, Tadbulb, and rarely the new Toad School. In mountains you can find Hippopotas, Drillbur, Rufflet, and rarely Gligar, and in beaches and near water you will be able to encounter Inkay, Mareanie, Dewpider, Sandygast, and Wiglet, which can be shiny for the first time. So for whichever Pokemon you are after during this event, hopefully you can get to the biome for it. In 5-star raids will be Virizion, in Mega raids will be Mega Aerodactyl, in 5-star Shadow raids will be Shadow Registeel on the Saturday, and then Shadow Regirock takes over on the Sunday. Worth noting as well, there will be 3 other events overlapping with this event. On Saturday the 2nd will be a Fossil Research Day, and this event will feature Amora and Tyrant in field research tasks, and they will have a 1 in 10 shiny rate. It also features all of these fossil Pokemon in the wild. On the 3rd, starting at 10 AM will be the Sweet Swarm event, and Gmax Butterfree Max Battle Day will feature on this Sunday as well at 2 PM, but more on that in another video. And with that out of the way, which Adventure Week Pokemon are worth focusing on? So starting with the city spawns, we do have Snubbull, and the candy from it could be useful for powering a Shadow Gramble if you have it, which is the 15th best fairy type attacker with Charm and Play Rough. And Shadow Snubbull is currently available from the fairy type grunt. Trubbish doesn't have any meta relevance, but it is a Pokemon worth catching because it is a Stardust boosted Pokemon that gives 750 Stardust per catch. Sizzlipede is also spawning, and whilst it doesn't have a lot of meta relevance currently, its evolution Centiskorch does have a Gmax form coming in the future. It won't be better than Gmax Cinderace, but it will still be one of the best fire type attackers for max battles. In forest and grasslands, Squovette will be spawning, and the candy can actually be pretty useful for max Greedent, which is a decent budget healer for max battles. Fido is also available, and Dashbun is ranked 122 in the Great League, so not a bad option. Tadbulb is a great one to pick up for Go Battle League because Bellibolt is ranked 59 in the Great League, and it's the highest ranking Pokemon in the Ultra League. The new Toad School will be spawning in this biome, and it and its evolution Toad School are ground and grass types, meaning they are weak to bug, fire, flying, and they have a double weakness to ice type attacks. These Pokemon are similar to Tentacool and Tentacruel, but they are completely different species that are ecologically similar. They are sometimes referred to as convergent Pokemon. They are not regional variants of the same Pokemon. However, these convergent Pokemon often have the same stats as each other, and this is the case for Tentacruel and Toadscruel, having a max CP of 2738, attack of 166, defense of 209, and stamina of 190. And its current moveset that is subject to change before its release will be these fast attacks and these charged attacks. But will Toadscruel be any good in Pokemon Go? Well, with this moveset it does seem like it will see some play in the Great League, with it picking up 22 wins with 1 shield up. It does however seem less effective in the Ultra and Master Leagues. As a raid attacker based off of these stats and moves, it doesn't seem like it'll have any impact on the raiding meta. So if you do decide you want to use this Pokemon for Great League, you are looking for IVs in this sort of region, so with wild Pokemon having no IV floor, it is a good time to hunt it. Moving on to the mountain spawns, Drillbur will be a great Pokemon to focus on because Excadrill is a very useful Pokemon. As a raid attacker, it's the 13th best ground type attacker with Mudslap and Scorching Sands, and as a steel type attacker, it's the 25th best with Metal Claw and Iron Head. As a shadow, it is even better, being the 6th best ground type and the 8th best steel type. Worth noting that Shadow Drillbur is a possible encounter from the You'll Be Defeated into the Ground Grunt currently. Excadrill is also an option for Master League, being ranked 97 and 61 as a shadow. It's currently the best ground type attacker for max battles, and it's a decent tank with its resistant typing and access to 0.5 second animation fast attacks. And and with its high HP stat, it is also a strong healer. Rufflet could be an option to pick up because Braviary is the 18th best flying type with Air Slash and Fly. And Gligar is a strong Pokemon for Go Battle League, where it is ranked 5 in the Great League and its Evolution Glide score is ranked 60 in the Ultra League. Near beaches and water, Inkay will be available, and Malamar is another one for Go Battle League. It's ranked 43 in the Great League and 44 in the Ultra League. Again, you can get Shadow Inkay from the grunt that says, "Are you scared of psychics that use unseen power?" Mareanie could also be worth picking up for the Great League, where Toxapex is ranked 61. Likewise, we do have Dewpider available, and its Evolution Araquanid is ranked 45 in the Great League. And last for this biome, we do have the second convergent Pokemon of the event, which is Wiglet, and whilst not meta relevant, its shiny is being released for the first time during this event, so if you are a shiny hunter, then this one might be for you depending on whether you can realistically get to the biome. Virizion will be in 5-star raids at the time of this event, and this is one for Go Battle League, where it is ranked 48 in the Ultra League and it's ranked 58 in the Master League. Virizion has a raid TP of 39,601 and the 100% IV values are 1727 and 2159 boosted in cloudy and sunny weather. This Pokemon is a grass and fighting type, therefore it is weak to poison, fire, psychic, ice, fairy, and most importantly it's double weak to flying types. This means that the best counters are Mega Rayquaza, Regular Rayquaza, Shadow Salamence, Shadow Staraptor, Mega Salamence, Enamorus, Yveltal, Galarian Articuno, Mega Pidgeot, and Shadow Ho-Oh. And for budget counters which are generally easier to obtain and to power up, I would recommend Salamence, Staraptor, Braviary, Hisuian Braviary, Honchkrow, and Unpheasant. For this raid, I would recommend 2+ trainers, and remember there is a small chance that you can get this Pokemon from Go Battle League win rewards if you are ranked 20 or higher. Mega Aerodactyl could also be worth raiding if you don't have access to Mega Diancie or Mega Tyranitar. It is the 5th best rock type attacker with Rock Throw and Rock Slide. It has a raid TP of 43,686 and the 100% IV values for Aerodactyl are 1590 and 1988 boosted in windy and partly cloudy weather. It is a rock and flying type, therefore it is weak to rock, steel, water, electric, and ice type attacks. The best counters are Crown Zamazenta, Crown Zacian, Duskmane Necrozma, Primal Kyogre, White Kyurem, Shadow Metagross, Mega Swampert, Shadow Kyogre, Black Kyurem, and Shadow Raikou. And for budget counters, I would recommend Metagross, Quaquaval, Primarina, Empoleon, Rhyperior, and Greninja. Again, for this raid, I would recommend 2+ trainers, and do remember to party up to use party power if you can. Now, how can you maximize candy for these Pokemon during this event in particular? Well, it's always worth using peanut berries when catching Pokemon, and you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with the Pokemon you're catching to increase the amount of candy, Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. So depending on the biome you're in, I would recommend Mega Evolving different Pokemon for each one, depending on what it is you want to catch. For cities, I would recommend Mega Evolving a Bug or a Fire type to get more candy for Sizzlipede for Gmax Centiskorch in the future. So for this, you can Mega Evolve Charizard, Beedrill, Pinsir, Scizor, Heracross, Houndoom, Blaziken, or you could revert Kyogre or Groudon. For forests, I would recommend Mega Evolving an electric type for Tadbulb, so either Ampharos, Manectric, or you could revert Kyogre. Another option would be to Mega Evolve a ground or a grass type for Toedscool. For this, you could Mega Evolve Venusaur, Steelix, Sceptile, Swampert, Garchomp, Abomasnow, or you could revert Groudon. For mountains, Mega Evolving a ground type would be ideal for Drillbur and Gligar. So for this, you could Mega Evolve Steelix, Swampert, Garchomp, or again, you could revert Groudon. And for beaches and water, I would recommend a water type for Mareanie, Dewpider, and Wiglet. So Mega Blastoise, Slowbro, Gyarados, Swampert, or Primal Kyogre. Another option for this biome would be to Mega Evolve a Dark or a Psychic type for Inkay, so Alakazam, Slowbro, Gyarados, Houndoom, Tyranitar, Gardevoir, Sableye, Medicham, Absol, Latios, Latias, Gallade, or Rayquaza. And remember to Mega Evolve whichever of these you have at the max Mega level to get more candy, XP, and chance for Candy XL. And trading can also get you extra candy depending on the distance between the two locations the Pokemon were caught. 10 kilometers or below will get you 1 candy and a 10% chance for Candy XL. Between 10 kilometers and 99.9, you'll get 2 candy and a 25% chance for Candy XL, and if the distance is over 100 kilometers, you'll get 3 candy and a guaranteed Candy XL. Also worth noting that you can do an extra special trade per day this season because of the seasonal bonus, so a good chance to work on your Platinum, Gentleman, and Pilot medals. Also, methods such as quick catching, having catch assist from a Great Buddy, and utilizing Origin Palkia's Spatial Rend Adventure effect to increase the encounter radius can all help you get more catches and candy. You can also turn on Remember Last Use Pokeball to speed up catches so you don't have to change ball type every encounter, and you can also turn on native refresh rate to make gameplay smoother. This could drain battery more quickly though. And downloading all game assets will speed up the Pokemon load times and reduce the amount of cellular data that you use. And you will also want Stardust to go along with Candy to power up Pokemon. So do make sure you catch any Trubbish you see during this event for the extra Stardust gains. And there is actually a way you can make a lot of XP during this event. On the first day of the event on the 29th at 6 PM will be Roggenrola Spotlight Hour. Now not only is this Pokemon meta relevant with Gigalith being the 17th best rock type attacker with Smackdown and legacy move Meteor Beam, but this event will also give you 2 times evolution XP. So it's a good time to use a lucky egg and evolve all of those no candy or low candy evolutions you may have saved up over the month. And do also consider using incense during this event because they will be lasting for 2 hours and they do help keep the flow of Pokemon more consistent when walking around. And if you want to know more about what else is going on in Pokemon Go right now, then I recommend checking out these videos on the screen next.